Good afternoon. I'd like to call the House Higher Education Subcommittee to order. Welcome. It's February the 11th, and we'll begin with the roll. Madam Clerk, open the board for roll taking. And Madam Clerk, you may take the roll.
Mr. Chairman, you have 5 members present. Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Okay, great. Thank you. Members, we have one bill on our agenda today. Item number 1, it's House Bill 1772 by Chairman Raper. We have a motion and a second. Chairman Raper, you are recognized on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I hope that you buy along with this bill. It is very good, exciting to do, and I think it will help everybody in the public. My bill is 1772, and thank you again, Mr. Chair and members. House Bill 1772 prioritizes rehabilitation and public safety by making higher education access more attainable for Tennesseans with a criminal history, while providing colleges with the legal clarity needed to confidentially offer second chances. First, the House Bill 1772 lowers hurdles for people with prior criminal records to access higher education. Next, the bill signals that Tennesseans deserve opportunities to rebuild their lives through education and serving their sentences. Next, research shows that education is strongly associated with lower rates of reoffense, reducing recidivism by 50%. Tennessee colleges and universities gain certainty knowing that they are protected from lawsuits simply for adding students with criminal backgrounds. By clarifying liability, the bill removes incentives for blanket exclusion and encourages fair case-by-case admissions. Finally, there are safeguards there also. Institutions remain accountable if they knowingly accept or retain students with convictions for violent crime or sexual offenses, ensuring campus safety is not compromised. I stand ready for any questions.
Okay, members, you've heard the explanation. Do we have any questions or discussion? Representative Glenn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, sponsor. I think this is a great bill, to be honest with you, but I do have a couple of questions here. So if a institution enrolls someone and they commit a crime, not any of the crimes here that would stop them, but let's say they just commit a crime, someone was arrested for theft and now they're on the campus and they commit another crime, and then it comes out that they had committed this crime before. What happens to the institution at that point?
Chairman Raper.
Thank you. Good question, by the way. First of all, I'll answer it in a couple ways. First of all, the record was enough where in the beginning where a college or university can accept them. So they're to that point. And then once they get in there and they commit a crime, it depends on what it is, obviously. Obviously, anybody, it's a violent crime, a sexual crime, related crime, or anything like that, they're automatically, just like anybody else, prosecuted. Now, the judge can have prerogative there if he feels like that it is bad enough with also the previous charges, then they can look at that and it's in their hands as far as prerogative what to do at that point.
Representative Glenn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And would the student have it's probably more legal than anything though, would the student have a legal backing to sue the university for that?
Chairman Raper.
Thank you. No, sir. They at that point, they're not criminal liabilities on taking in a person because they've already vetted them and decided that, hey, we can take that. And from that point on, they are just under the window of the court system as far as what they will allow, what they will not allow. But that this is, it's not going to come back as a liability on the university, college, and then also they are not going to get labeled anything worse other than what the court, the judge approves at that point.
Representative Glenn?
That's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? It's my understanding, Chairman Raper, that this bill applies to relatively minor offenses or crimes, but that the bill does not apply to things like murder, kidnapping, arson, robbery, burglary, rape, sexual offense against minors, trafficking, prostitution. Is my understanding correct about that, that this bill would not provide a university immunity from liability against those kinds of more serious crimes and offenses?
That's correct. So if they take them, and not even they've necessarily been in the court system recently, but they look at their background and see any of those charges, that's on the university. This does not exempt them at all from following current law. And if they want to take on a liability like that, they're in trouble. You know, so they cannot do that. They can't exempt serious crimes like that.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? If not, it looks like we're ready to vote. I'll ask Madam Clerk to open the voting board for voting. If any member has not voted or wishes to change their vote, they can do so now. Madam. I think you have to be in your seat if you want to just run right up here real quickly. I know that doesn't, not my rules. It's the House rules. I think it'd be just as fast for you to run up there and punch that button as it would be for us to. Sorry about that. Chairman Raper.
Or we could just say, yeah.
Ms. Jones, I cannot believe you running out on me like that.
Do we get it? It's there. Okay, you're now ready to go. Okay, Madam Clerk, take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 6 ayes and 0 nays.
Okay. Bill 1772 moves on to full education.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Committee.
Okay, next on our agenda, last on our agenda really, we have a presentation from the Tennessee Higher Education Initiative, and the THEI Executive Director, Ms. Laura Ferguson, will come up. And so I'll invite them up and we will go out of session to hear their comments. And for the record, state your name and who you're with, even though I sort of already did that.
Is this on? Good afternoon. My name is Laura Ferguson Mims, and I am peacock proud and hyena happy to sit here before you this afternoon as the president and CEO of the Tennessee Higher Education Initiative. And I'd like to yield the floor to my colleague to introduce herself.
Hi there. My name is Lauren Ray. I am Director of Strategic Initiatives for Tennessee Higher Education Initiative.
First, I want to thank you for the passing of this bill. I want to start by telling you a little bit about what we do at the Tennessee Higher Education Initiative, THEI. Our work is multifaceted, but it falls into 3 main categories. First, we coordinate associate and bachelor's degree programs inside Tennessee prisons. Secondly, we have the privilege of providing pre-entry and re-entry support for the students we serve. And third, we uplift the voices of individuals with lived experience. We're excited about this, and we're so glad it was brought forward. So when we have students that come home from incarceration, maybe they started their degree on the inside, but they weren't able to complete it, or maybe they've completed an associate degree on the inside and want to complete a bachelor's degree. And this has been a barrier. It's been a barrier. So this is removing one of those obstacles to success. It's moving one of those obstacles to reducing recidivism and creating a safer Tennessee. I'm sure all of you know this, but I just want to reiterate this. 95% of incarcerated individuals are coming home. Did you know that? 95% of individuals behind the prison walls are coming home. It might be 10 years, 20 years, even 30 years, but our sisters and brothers behind the wall are coming home, which compels us to ask ourselves, what are we doing to prepare them? What are we doing pre-release and what are we doing post-release? Pre-release in Tennessee, which is a trailblazer in higher education and prison, we're providing the opportunity for incarcerated individuals to pursue and complete associate and bachelor's degree programs. And we know that when we introduce post-secondary educational options, we reduce the risk of recidivism by nearly half. I think it's 48%. There are so many issues in our community for which we don't have solutions. There are so many issues in our community that are intractable. This isn't one of them. The data are clear. Education reduces recidivism and creates a safer community. So thank you for your support. Lauren, is there anything you wanted to add?
We really appreciate the support that we've had for these programs, the impact that it's made for a large number of individuals throughout our state who will return with a degree because of the support that you've provided. Thank you.
Are there any questions?
Chairman Stevens?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a few questions for you. First off,
Yes.
how many people are involved with your work? And then what all partners do you have with universities?
Okay, I'll start with partners. Did we bring any impact reports?
We did not.
We didn't bring any impact
we
reports?
We aren't allowed to pass them out, but our colleague will get them.
So as an organization, we partner with the Tennessee Board of Regents, which oversees all the community colleges across the state. THEI specifically currently works with Nashville State Community College, Dyersburg State Community College, and as of next week, Columbia State Community College. Our bachelor's degree partners are Belmont, and I'll go ahead and make a shameless plug. Our next Belmont graduation is May 14th at the Turney Center Industrial Complex. There'll be a cohort of 20 men receiving their bachelor's degree in business administration from Belmont University. So we work with Belmont University. We just completed an MOU with Rhodes, a college in Memphis. We just completed an MOU with Lemoyne-Owen University, and we will be rolling out programming with Trevecca.
And I should add that Chairman Raper and I visited
Yes.
one of your facilities several months ago
Yes.
so that we could see your good work firsthand.
Yeah.
Our former Representative Michael Curcio was
Yes.
there as well.
Yes.
He's part of this effort. And a big interest of this General Assembly is to help people help themselves.
Right.
And one of the ways to do that is with a job.
Right.
And so this effort, your efforts, and the bill we just passed are all directed at that. And so I want to thank you for what you're doing.
You're welcome.
Chairman Raper.
Yes.
I also want to mention that day, I was very impressed. And the most impressive part of it was hearing those people that have been in these programs and the benefits and how it changed their lives.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. We had the opportunity to have many of our alumni present to speak about the transformative and liberative power of education. Individuals who had served anywhere from 10 years to 30 years that were now home, having completed their degrees, positively contributing to society because of programs like THEI. Again, I'm sure you already know that 1 in 2 individuals has had a relative have interaction with the criminal legal system. So even if we just look around this room, half of the individuals in this room have had a family member have engagement with the criminal legal system. 1 in 7 individuals have had a relative to be incarcerated for a year or more. So the issue is large. And again, when we have a solution, a proven solution that we know works, then we put all of our resources behind it to create more opportunity. Thank you. Any other questions?
Representative Glenn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you too. That is great news. I do have one question. You meant, well, I have two. You mentioned recidivism. Folks with degrees are 50% more likely not to come back.
Right.
How many so you're basically saying about 52% that comes back actually have a degree? Am I reading that right or am I reading it wrong?
And so what I can tell you is what the data says from the Vera. We reduce the risk of recidivism by 48% or nearly half. That doesn't mean that the 52 do recidivate. I will say nationally, when we look at national data, over 5 years, people without educational opportunities, 75% recidivate within 5 years. That we do know. Okay. So I'm leaning into the proven solution that we know works. Even when we look at our data from Tennessee, Lauren, help me with this number. Our current recidivism rate in Tennessee is
29.6%.
Is 29.6%. We'd like to believe, we're still parsing the data, we'd like to believe that significant reduction that we've seen in Tennessee is in part due to these educational opportunities. It was in 2019 when Governor Lee invested in the correctional education investment that allowed anyone behind the prison walls to pursue a technical degree or an associate degree free of charge. I'm not a researcher, I'm not an analyst, but I do know from that time to today, our recidivism rate is now below 30%. I'd like to think, and again, we're still parsing the data, that we could tie that reduction in recidivism to these increased educational opportunities that are available to men and women behind the prison walls.
Okay.
And Commissioner Strada of the Department of Correction does credit education and rehabilitation for that drop in recidivism.
Representative Glenn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I think that is a great ideal, and I'm really happy to be a part of making that happen here going forward. This question is kind of off track, but what is peacock pride and hyena happy? Is that something we should know about?
Have you ever seen a peacock?
Yeah.
Do they kind of strut?
I guess so.
They're kind of proud. And I will say this. So many times when you have the opportunity to speak on behalf of organizations or for causes, sometimes you just do it because it's required. Other times you do it because you are absolutely proud to stand and to represent the work that you do. Obviously, this is my job. I'm compensated, but it's more than that. The work truly is transformative. The work truly is liberative. When you see individuals come home from 30 years in prison and they've made a 180 in their life, they've reunified with their family, they're gainfully employed, they're positively contributing to society, that's work that I'm peacock proud and hyena happy to talk about.
Okay, members, any other questions? If not, then Ms. Ferguson, thank you for your encouraging comments and for letting us know more about the Tennessee Higher Education Institute. We appreciate you all being here.
Okay, thank you.
We are back in session, and I see no other items on our agenda. If we have no other business, then we are adjourned.